This is 13 Investigates.
And tonight, an Eyewitness News investigation is getting national results.
Yeah, we have just learned the IRS is changing a very controversial policy exposed by 13 Investigates.
Our senior investigative reporter, Bob Siegel, shows you the change that's coming after months of pressure from Congress.
It's something the IRS tried to keep secret for years, a confidential policy that allows someone else to use your Social Security number to get a job without your permission.
That's wrong.
Absolutely awful.
It affects millions of taxpayers.
And if you become a victim of this kind of identity theft, the IRS tells its employees not to say a word.
We're not supposed to do anything. Just let it go.
You have to keep it quiet.
Right.
IRS whistleblowers helped 13 Investigates expose the problem a few months ago, and we showed the devastating impact it has on victims like Darian and Alfred Allen. Instead of telling these Hoosier taxpayers that their identities had been stolen, the IRS sent them letters accusing them of cheating on their taxes. Lawmakers immediately demanded answers from the IRS.
An Indianapolis investigative reporter brought this to my attention, and I want to see if you can address this issue or are in the process of addressing this issue so that it doesn't happen again.
It's a important and complicated situation, as you can imagine.
The commissioner of the IRS said there was little his agency could do, and that didn't sit well with Indiana Senator Dan Coates.
I'm outraged. Anybody's Social Security number is personal to that person. Now, this is one of the biggest pieces of abuse that I've come across. This is an outrage and it needs to be addressed.
The IRS did not address the issue. So this month, at another Senate finance hearing, Senator Coates again pressed IRS leaders for change.
We learned that IRS identified 200,000 new cases of employment-related identity theft last year. Where do we go? I mean, I think all of us can agree that victims need to know that they're victims.
And once again, the IRS commissioner tried to downplay the problem, telling lawmakers that millions of Social Security numbers used illegally is not fraud. It's simply borrowing.
A lot of time those Social Security numbers are, in fact, borrowed from friends or acquaintances, and people know they've been used. Other times they don't.
The IRS commissioner was way off base on this one, and I think he was embarrassed that his answer was so dismissive.
That dismissive answer frustrated a bunch of other lawmakers, too, and they've spent the past 2 weeks challenging the IRS commissioner on his response.
Should any agency go along with what it knows to be illegal activity?
It's unfathomable to me that the IRS would turn a blind eye to this problem when legitimate taxpayers are stuck with the consequences of someone using their Social Security number to gain employment.
Following growing pressure from Congress, the IRS is now changing its policy. Eyewitness News has learned if someone steals your Social Security number to get a job, the IRS has now decided to notify you instead of keeping it a secret. The IRS has not publicly announced the change, but it will take effect in January, according to an internal document obtained by Eyewitness News. In the meantime, Senator Coates is not taking any chances.
I want to put it in law, so you have no choice but to do that.
He just introduced legislation.
I would ask for my colleagues' support.
That would force the IRS to notify victims of employment-related identity theft and to be more honest with taxpayers.
The ayes have it, and the bill is ordered reported.
We got unanimous vote from both Democrats and Republicans, and I think it never would have happened unless someone had come to me and given a personal story. When you make it personal, as we did here, a Hoosier who identity theft had been stolen, it affected his family in a negative way, and then you multiply that by the many, many thousands, if not more, of people who are in the same, it brings it home because people can identify, hey, that could have happened to me.
Lawmakers are not the only ones putting pressure on the IRS. Following our report, the IRS Inspector General has been investigating, and we just learned those findings will be released in June. The IRS told me it's not commenting on all this until it works out the details of its new policy. By the way, you can check out our full investigation right now at WTHR.com. Back to you.